Okay, welcome everyone. My name is Brittany Hayes. If we haven't met yet, I'm your Ambassador Diamond Upline, and I'm super excited to be doing this Zoom tonight on Reels with Mikaela Brown. She's a double diamond, almost triple diamond rock star on our team, who absolutely has killed it with not just Reels, but also TikTok, which if you're not super familiar with Reels, you'll learn on the Zoom tonight. They are very, very similar. As TikTok, it's something that Instagram started on their platform to kind of compete with TikTok. And I personally love Reels because I was more active on Instagram than anything, for the last, I don't know, several years of the business. And so I'm loving actually getting, my foot out the door and getting, more comfortable with Reels. Video was something I didn't do the first few years of my business. And so I want you to know whether you're on here to get more tips about Reels and you've already been doing a ton, or whether you're on here and you're thinking, I've literally never made one Reels, you're going to get something that you can take away from this Zoom that's valuable, I promise, because that was me. I was someone that was super comfortable writing. I've always been a writer, and, getting, some good pictures and writing a post, like that was like second nature for me after, I would say, probably like my first 9 months in the business or so. But video was something that just always felt, I don't know, more intimidating to me. And it just kind of seemed like, once I started getting more comfortable doing things in my story that were video, then it's like TikTok was blowing up and I'm like, oh my gosh, now there's something else. And so I'm super excited to be able to share just what I've been doing that's working, just keeping it simple. And hopefully that will appeal to any of you on here who are in that boat where maybe you haven't really tested the water with Reels, or you've only made a couple. We're going to be sharing, just how we get ideas and how we make them, and just simple ways, to get started. And then Mikaela, on the other hand, completely opposite of me, is a freaking rock star with Reels and TikTok. She has had so many on TikTok that have gone viral. She's gotten tons and tons and tons and tons of people fill out her influencer application from her business ones. She's got more followers from Instagram from it. I could go on and on. I'll let her tell you, but so she's going to be of great value for those of you on here who are kind of already trying to, make some Reels, but maybe you just want some tips to take it to the next level. She's definitely a pro. So I'm super excited for us both to be able to share, what we've learned and what's working. If you guys have questions as we go, if you will leave them in the chat, we'll get to the questions at the end. Or if you have questions that your team would have, maybe you're on here and some of your team members aren't able to be on, but for a fact, a couple of them would have specific questions you've heard them ask in your chat, or it's just something has been commonly asked. Please feel free to drop that in there. That way, if we're not already touching on it, we can make sure we cover that. But on that note, Mikaela, do you want to introduce yourself and then just kind of give your brief rundown before we really get into it of how you've got started doing TikTok and Reels, and anything you want to share along those lines?
Yeah. Okay. I have this one. Michael has the other one, so we'll see how long this lasts. Okay. So my name is Mikaela Brown. For those who don't know me, I see a lot of my girls on here, which is really exciting. But I am a double diamond, and where was I going with that? Oh, I rejoined this business last March, and I went really fast, and then kind of hit like a stagnant area. I think we all kind of hit that in the mid 2020. It was just like, what is going on in the world? Like, what's up with this? And so I knew I had to find a way. Oh, I'm mom of two, under two, which makes for fantastic TikTok and Instagram content. They're especially at this age, they're very picture friendly because they don't move. Um, but anyway, I just had to find a way to break that cycle. Like I was like spinning my wheels. I'm like, okay, I'm doing all the things, but I'm not getting massive results. And then especially when I got pregnant with him, I have super horrible HG with my pregnancies. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and Google it. It's horrible. And I just have really traumatic pregnancies and even more traumatic births. It's not a fantastic time. So I needed to somehow use less time, but make a bigger impact. And for me, that was video content. I kept seeing, okay, this is going viral. This is going viral. I'm like, that's so easy. And so sure enough, I did one TikTok when I first downloaded it. And for one, I thought it was the dumbest app ever. I was like, my sister is obsessed with this for no reason. Like, they're not that funny. I opened it up. I'm like, oh, this actually is funny. And I was probably one of the first from basically the company to start going viral on TikTok, with in terms of just business videos. I don't post a whole lot of other content. I mean, I do some of them. Don't get me wrong. I do some of them, but most of those don't go viral. Most of my ones that go viral are all business related, and they're so stupid simple, guys. It is so insanely simple. And so I started doing TikToks, and my first major viral one happened. I had him in April, on April 16th, and then I got readmitted a few days later. And the night before I got readmitted, I was like, you know what? I don't feel good, but it's fine. My hair hasn't been washed in like 4 days. Lord knows when I showered last. Have a newborn. He's crying, put the pacifier in his mouth, and we danced around. I don't even remember what song it was, and I just put this text that I had seen another girl. I made it to fit me, and I posted it. Y'all, that video now has over 400,000 views on TikTok. And that is where my business started to explode. From that video alone, I gained 9,000 Instagram followers. And that is the power of like just one video and working when we don't feel like it. Okay, that was very long-winded. And I hope you can hear me because I just realized that this is not probably going through my AirPod, but I hope you heard that.
No, that was perfect. We could hear you absolutely perfectly. And I love how you're just so real about, like I just had an idea and I just went for it. It wasn't the perfect time, but I did it anyways. And the rest was history. I think that so often, and I speak for myself included in this number, we can really overcomplicate video. I think like for pictures, it's like you can take a picture and look at it and be like, okay, that was a good picture. You can write your post, whatever. But video, I think if you've never done it, is something that it's so easy to overthink and overcomplicate. And I love how Mikaela, you just shared, like it wasn't the best time by any means, but you just ripped the Band-Aid off and did it. And you got 9,000 more Instagram followers from that video that went viral. Like that's just so, so crazy. So I'm going to share a couple of tips of things that I've been doing that's working for me. And then I'm going to pass it back to you, Mikaela, because I know that you're light years ahead of me in this world. So you'll have some more advanced tips to share. But for anyone who has really not done a lot of reels or you haven't done any, so for me, I'd have to go back and look and see exactly when I started doing them. I mean, I did a few when they very first came out, like a while ago. I think maybe my first one, I don't even know. Let's see. First one was like, I don't even know the date on this. How do I even see the date on this, Mikaela? See, guys, I'm telling you, I don't even know how to see when it was. I can't even see. It was a long
You
time
have
ago.
to, it only shows you on your like on your main grid. You have to
Oh,
like scroll clear back. And it's like me, I like always remove them, so I can never actually tell when I posted them.
I want to say this was like August of last year. So like when it first kind of started becoming a thing. If I'm looking on here, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was it. And then I did 2 in like January, and then I literally didn't do any more. So yeah, she said April 2020 was your second one. Was my second one, Raya? Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. But then I did another one. The first one that I actually did again was when I was in Texas this summer. So, and this is actually nothing related to the business, but I'm going to share this because it was like an idea that I had. And it took off. And then I realized, like, what am I doing? Why am I sleeping on this? Like, why am I not doing more reels? And then I just started playing around doing other things. So if you know anything about collabing on Instagram, you can, like, once you get a certain amount of followers, some businesses will want to collab with you and maybe they want to send you something free and then you post in your story or whatever. And so the past few years I've collabed with different companies. I've collabed with like a food company. I've collabed with salons, you name it. So when I was in Texas, I collabed with actually Kelsey Thornton, who's one of my good friends in the business. She's also an ambassador diamond. I collabed with her Botox doctor. I've gotten Botox for like the last couple years here in Florida, but it was time for me to get more. It had been like 6 months or something. And I was going to be in Texas, and she was like, hey, you should see my doctor. I actually collab with her. She does it for me for free. I just make her reels for her. And I was like, oh, I'll totally do that. Like, that'll save me like what, $400 or $500. Like, let's do it. And so I messaged the doctor on Instagram and I just said, hey, I would love to collab with you. I'm from the Dallas area. I have a lot of followers from Dallas. I would love to, come see you and get that service done in exchange for, I'll make you a reels. And then I'll also post about you in my story. And she was like, yeah, absolutely. When do you want to come in? So I went in and of course did like a before video. It's on my reels, not very far back if you're curious about it, but literally I just did like a quick little one on my face the day of. I did one 24 hours later, 48 hours later, 72 hours later. And I did it on my phone. I didn't make it in reels. Like I did it in my video camera and I just saved each video clip in my camera roll. And then when I went to post it, once I had the final 72-hour one, I literally just combined them all together in reels, put some trendy music on it. I think I did the Lizzo song. Let me see. Yeah, I did the Lizzo Good as Hell song. And literally after not doing any reels since January of this year, this was July, I got almost 14,000 views on it. And guys, I was a total amateur. Like I was just winging it. I was just literally like, all right, I think this will be good. And I wrote some cute stuff on it and then boom, it took off. And the doctor's like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so many messages from your reels, from Dallas people. Thank you so much. And then I got to thinking, I'm like, okay, if I can do this for someone else, why am I not doing some stuff for myself? Like, why am I such a chicken about this? And so, and I'm just being transparent, you guys. I know that might shock you that, like, as much as I've posted over the last 5 years in the business, this would be something I was weird about, but I just didn't. It's just a classic overthinking problem. And so, anyways, then I just started, like, as I would get ideas of things I would want to say, not everything was business, because just like with posts, like, just like we do lifestyle posts and then mix some business posts in there, mix some product posts in there. Same thing with reels, doing stuff that's funny, that's lighthearted, that's inspirational, that's, whatever. And then throw your business stuff in there is going to be so key than just doing business 24/7, where people are going to lose interest. And if people think you're funny and they think you add value and they think you're inspirational and they think you're this, that, and the other, then when you throw a business one in there, they're going to be that much more likely to be like, okay, like, I already kind of like her. What's she doing? Like, what is this business? And so that's my philosophy anyways. So I just kind of started, as I got ideas, I would just jot them down on my phone. And so it's the next one I did, actually, it's really short. I just did this video. I was being kind of sassy, and I just said, if you're going to gossip about me, please make sure you pray for me too, because I can only hope I be as perfect as you. Which most people thought was funny. I had a couple people that were like, that's a, that's too sarcastic, like you're defeating the purpose or something. But 9 out of 10 people thought it was funny, and it resonated with them, and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, preach. But how that idea came to my head is the day before, I literally was scrolling Instagram and I saw tons of women venting about judgmental people in their life. Some of them, it was more like politically related. They're like, I'm so tired of people telling me what to do with my life. I'm so people fighting over what's going on in the world. And then some was like motherhood stuff. They're like, I'm so tired of this, that, and the other. Just tons of stuff like that I saw over a 24-hour period. And I've experienced a lot of that in my life just through being, starting a business, working on social media, just other personal things in my life. And so I just had this like thought come in my mind, like, oh, you should make something kind of like validating those people's feelings and like reminding them it doesn't matter what those people think. Like, those people are not God. Those people are not the people we should be placing all our weight on those opinions. Whatever I meant to say. I don't know if that came out right. We should not be like holding their opinion that valuable to us. And so I just like started like brainstorming some ideas, writing some things in the notes on my iPhone. And then I like had the thought to make that one. And then I literally just woke up the next day and recorded it. I didn't overthink it. It wasn't the best reel ever, but like, I mean, that one got like, I think almost 5,000 views. And people were messaging me about it. They were resharing it in their story. I got new followers from it. And then I just kind of from there just really started letting my creative juices flow. Like, I was like, okay, what are some inspirational things on my heart I would like to share? So I did one called like things I'm no longer apologizing for. And then after that, I did a business one. And what's crazy is that first business one I did, I got someone fill out my influencer application from it. And I had not had that from a reel since like January. And so it just goes to show you, like, when you show people the real you add value, things like that. Like, then when you do throw a business one out there, people are going to be like, okay, let me see what that's about. From there, I'm just Cliff Notes versioning it. I did some more inspirational ones, like 5 things to remember in your life. I did one on like being chivalrous, on how that should be the standard. Don't settle for less. I did a funny dancing one with Adeline that actually took off and got over 20,000 views, which I was like super shocked about and excited about. It's like still getting traction today. People still share it in their story today. And the views are like consistently going up on it every day. It's crazy. I did another business one after that. I did a coffee one. I've done some more sassy ones. I've done some other value adding ones, and then thrown another business one in there. But I say all this to say, like, as ideas come to my head, I literally just write them down in my notes. So I might not even be in a place where I know exactly what I'm going to do with that reel, but like, if a business one comes in my head, if a funny one comes in my head, if a product, like anything, I just write it down. And I have like, literally, I can show you a section of my notes that literally just says reels. You probably can't see because the exposure. Yeah, you can't see, but it literally just says reels, and it's just a bunch of notes that I've written. See that? Just reels at the top, and I just jot stuff down. So it's nothing legendary. It's just literally just ideas in my head. The second thing that I do, and this is how I bring the ideas to life, is I will scroll through and look at like trending sounds. And so what I'll do is I'll click, just the reels button on the phone on your Instagram. If you listen to me, I don't even like use the correct terminology. I'm telling you guys, if I can do this, you guys can do it. So I'll scroll through and I'll like listen to sounds. And if I don't like it, I'll just keep going. But what I'll do is I'll save the ones that I even remotely think I could do something with. And so even if the way that person made a reel is totally not the way I would make a reel, like the theme would be totally different. I wouldn't be doing the same thing, the video they're doing, whatever. If the sound sparks my interest, I just save it. And then I'll think about it later. And sometimes what I do, and this doesn't work, obviously, if you're, trying to rock a baby to sleep, or you're laying in bed beside someone who's trying to sleep. But what I like to do is at night, when I really, because I'm like a night owl, I get like all my creative energy at night. When my wheels are turning at night, I'll go through, and you can go on your Instagram and click saved, like in any post you've saved or any audios you've saved. Oops, sorry guys. Right there, saved. I just click it, and then I click on the audio, and you can see like all the audios I've saved. And I'll just go through, and I'll literally just listen to them, and I'll just like wait for an idea. So I'm going to share some with you on here that I haven't done yet, but you can see the way my brain works. So this one, or no, that's not the one. That's the one I did today. Never mind. Okay, so this one. Listen to me now. So I thought of this for a business one, like listen to me now, and then point over like 9 to 5 is old news, working on social media is where it's at. But I don't have the whole thing, but like me pointing over and just boom, boom. And it's like a 10-second clip. It's not very long. And then I saved this one, which if you don't like rap, sorry, but I just thought it was funny and perfect for a business one. So it literally just ends on this looks like a job for me. So I like saved that one because I was like, oh, I was like, I could, do a couple plugs about the business and then say like, this sounds like a job for me. So I save stuff like that. I save some that are just funny, like things I could do inspirational ones off of, or things that I could do just something lifestyle related. There's one on here I'm going to try to find because this shows you like just a funny, lighthearted one you can do. I think it's this one. No, not that one. This one. No, not that one either. I'm telling you, I think sometimes they like remove some on here because I have some that I swear in a certain order and then they're not. I don't know. There's one that I had on here that I think it got taken off because it was right under this one. I could have sworn, but basically, it was one about kids, and in the video they had like kids like surrounding their mom, and it said, quit acting like you're starving. I fed you 5 times already. It was something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Cause literally I have 5 kids. Obviously they're always hungry. If you have kids, drop a 1 in the comments if they're always saying they're hungry, especially right before bed. Like what is up with that? And so I had this idea, and Savannah's always eating blueberries. And so I was like, oh my gosh, Savannah, I was like, we'll do this one and I'll be like around the kids, like, lecturing them about how they're always hungry. And then you'll be behind me, like sneaking blueberries out of the fridge, walking away, like shoving blueberries in your mouth. And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm totally here for it. So just like, again, that's like something so silly and random, but like, I feel like this is a way that you can show people a little clip into your life and what your life is like. You can show them a little bit of your personality, a little bit of your family. You can be inspirational when you want to be inspirational. You can, you know what I mean? Like whatever you want to use it for, you can use it for. Throw your business ones in there, find those catchy sounds for it. And then just really let your creative juices flow. I'm telling you, like anytime I've had an idea that I've jotted down and then I've found a sound to go with it, it has never been like a flop. And here's the thing, even if it is a flop, doesn't mean the next one's not going to be. Like when I say it's never been a flop, I mean like it's never been horrible. I'm not saying all of them take off. Like I have tons of them that only have like 2,000 views, which for me, like I've got 18,000 followers. So it's super cool to see something go off and have 6, 7, 8, 9,000 views or 20,000 like the one with Adeline. But that's not the reality for me all the time. Like sometimes they only have 2,000. So if you've got 500 followers on Instagram, you might have one that takes off and you get a few thousand, and then you might have one that only got 200, but you're still putting content out there. And the other thing I'll tell you about this is that you never know when an old one's going to take off. I've had old ones that have literally taken off out of nowhere that, I mean, I maybe made, 8, 9, 10 reels ago, but someone looks at my latest reel and then they start watching old ones. And then all it takes is for someone to share an old one and then the algorithm picks it back up. And so you just never know, like, it's just one of those things, like you're putting things out there and it's like a seed you're planting long-term, because right now it might only get, a little bit of views, but then it's going to take off and do more later down the road if you keep being consistent. And then one other thing I wanted to share you. So if you have inspirational ideas, and you can kind of look at some of mine if you want more clarity on what I mean by that. And obviously this is different depending on your personality. Mikaela does different reels than I do. She has, even more honestly great ideas than I do. She comes up with like the cutest things. But if you're like thinking like, oh, I have some things on my mind I'd like to share, like positive messages, whatever, like how would I do that? You can look at some of mine to get ideas. I've done some where I'm literally just talking them. And then I've done some where I've had like a more, I don't know, inspirational type sound, and then I'm writing it on there instead. And what I mean by that is like, here's one, for example, you can just, there's no words. It's just an audio. So something like that is catchy, and you could literally use that for anything. Like you could make that, like with you doing whatever, you pointing and writing stuff. Like, so there's tons of sounds like that on Reels that don't have any words, and you could make it go any direction you want. There's some that do have words where you could get more creative and do something clever and funny. So I just encourage you to like I said, click this bottom part. Ironically, that's one of the ones I've used. But just go through and just scroll through. And then as you have ones that you like, just save them to your phone. And then even if you don't use it for 3 weeks or 6 weeks, like at least it's there. You have the you have the audio. You can like one day when your creative juices are flowing and you're thinking, you can start putting words to it, putting video to it. And then I see a lot of questions coming in about TikTok. So I'm gonna, when I pass it over to Mikaela in like 2 seconds, let her hit on that. What I will say is we do this opposite, and she's doing better than me. So by all means, like listen closely to what she's saying. But I do mine on Reels, and then if it's something I didn't have a specific sound that Instagram won't let me save, then I'll save it and put it back over on TikTok too. I don't have a huge TikTok following, and to be honest, I have not put near enough effort in TikTok like she has, and that's something I need to do. So for me, I make them in Reels, save them, and then just throw them over onto TikTok. I've gotten people from TikTok that will watch it and then come follow me on Instagram, which is nice. And then certain things, if I have a unique sound and Instagram won't let me save the audio, if it's like a song, I can find it again on TikTok and layer it on. But if it was like one of those like random things where people are talking and it's funny, sometimes I can't find it on TikTok, and then those I don't put over there. And I'm sure there's a way I could do it. I don't know yet. Maybe Mikaela can tell me later, because I'm sure she knows. But it just goes to show you, like, you're about to hear Mikaela share a bunch of stuff like this, but from the opposite perspective, from starting on TikTok. So I hope what you can take away is that you can figure out a way to do this. If you're not doing videos yet, if you're already on TikTok, start there. If you're already on Instagram, start there. If both of us can do it in 2 totally different ways, so can you. And both of us, I know, I speak for Mikaela when I say this too, will tell you, like, you just don't overcomplicate it. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just go for it. And even if you feel silly or you feel like it's not the greatest idea, just go for it, because you never know, what someone else is going to find, valuable about it. You never know if someone else is going to see it and it's just going to totally make their day. And so that's my best advice, is just literally go for it. Take some of these tips and just start, get some ideas flowing, and just keep going from there. And I promise you, the more you do them, you're going to feel more comfortable, and you'll just find that more ideas keep coming to you.
Okay, yeah, we completely do them different, completely opposite, but this just shows that it can work for literally anyone. Okay, so I had not checked my TikTok for like an hour and a half, and I just logged in. Let's see how far I can get without him pitching a fit. But I have over 194 new comments, and there's 2 videos that I posted yesterday, and I posted 3 in a row, just like bang, 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 because I did not have time to make any new ones. And y'all, work smarter, not harder. If something goes viral once on TikTok, I can almost guarantee you it will again later on. And so let me see if I can show y'all. I know, buddy. Hang on. So I've gained 1,000 followers on TikTok today. I don't know if you can see it or not. No, you can't. Anyways, so I posted 3 videos yesterday, back to back to back. One of them has 32,000, and that one went viral very quickly. And then this morning, my second one that's currently like trending had 260 views. And that was at like 11 a.m. this morning when I went to lunch with my grandpa. And now it's over 21,000. So literally TikTok, there is no rhyme, there is no reason. TikTok, you cannot guess what's gonna go viral and what's not. The only tips that I can give you on TikTok for going viral is do not use FYP as a hashtag, do not use viral as a hashtag, and do not use For You page as a hashtag. They will immediately flag that and be like, nope, we're not going to put you on there, because don't ask me. There's no algorithm. Do not overthink that on TikTok. If a video is viewed and gets likes, that is what's going to boost you. And most often, people only watch the first 1.5 to 3 seconds of a TikTok. So if you don't have them, boom, right there, you're not going to have them at all. And that he's found the computer now. But it's the simplest things that always go viral for me. The simplest. I always look like a hot mess. I would never have my makeup done, never have my hair done. It's when I'm being real, raw, and authentic that those go viral. And like right before we got on here, I posted a video making fun of my husband, because there's this trend right now saying I'm going to dress up as this so this person will pay attention to me. Well, I used mine as he's gone all the time and he doesn't let me like sleep in, like husband, whatever. And so it says, I'm dressing up as a dad for Halloween so I can get more than a few hours of sleep. And it already has over 1,000 views, and I've literally posted it at 6:30, so 30 minutes ago. So that's 1,000 new people that have seen my stuff. I see a little one on top. Um, and it's just so simple. And if you don't know what to make for TikTok, especially, just scroll. If you hear a sound 3 times, that sound is trending, use that sound. And another pro tip, if you have old TikToks and you want to repost them or reels, find a song similar to the beat of the first song you used. So like for me, I used a completely different song on the video when I first had him that went viral. And I just posted that video again yesterday using a different song that was currently trending, switched up the hashtags, and boom, went viral again. So it's very, very simple to find content. And honestly, y'all, people are gonna be mean on social media. Like that's just how it is. So especially on TikTok, there is no that's like a danger zone for that. So if you're not like, you definitely need to have the mindset going into TikTok, like, okay, I am gonna get mean comments, and that's okay. Because they do not define me, they do not write my paycheck, they do not pay my bills, they do not put food in my baby's belly. He's hungry. But they truly are, they can be rude on there. And my block list, y'all, especially this last year and a half, my block list has probably grown by a few thousand. And I kid you not, if someone's mean once, bye-bye. They do not get my time, they do not get my energy, they are gone. But honestly, TikTok, like if people are gonna be mad, they're just boosting your algorithm. That's all they're doing. Like I always love to post a little political controversial content on my tickety talk when I'm not getting a lot of views. And boom, it goes viral. It gets a bunch of hate comments, which is fine with me. I don't care. Because I know I'm correct. Anyway, it always blows up and people are arguing in the comments. All that's doing is boosting your page. That's literally all it's doing. That's not in my hair. And the same, I saw this question up earlier. I do not make reels. I just don't. I've tried the last couple months and it just takes me too long. I'm completely used to TikTok. I completely know how to make them very quickly. My friend and teammate Ashley was up here the other day and like just showing people how simple it is really to make TikToks. You just scroll through. Sometimes I get ready. Sometimes I do get ready. And on those days, I make a lot of content, like my content days, right? I can make 50 plus TikToks in an hour. That is so much content. And I normally post 3 to 4 a day, but if they go viral, after they stop racking up a lot of views, especially on TikTok, I like put them where only I can see them. So I can still see all the comments and make sure I didn't miss anyone. But I will use that same video again and again and again. And it doesn't take away your view count if you put them as only me. So you can still have plenty of your like likes up in the corner, whatever. But work smarter, not harder in that aspect. For a long time, I was like, okay, I have to make new content every single day, like this. No, I make funny ones every single day. Well, I think they're funny. Amy doesn't think they're very funny, but I think they're funny. And some people do think they're funny. Just like, yes, you can't take it seriously. Also, side note, Facebook now has Reels. So you can also take your TikTok that you posted on your Instagram Reels and you can post it to Facebook Reels. Mine already are getting over 1,000 views just on Facebook. And I actually got 2 new messages from just a Facebook Reel and it popped up in their newsfeed. And they're like, oh yeah, I was messaging her about that, but I'm gonna go back and do that. I literally use my TikToks and my Reels as my follow-up because I am horrible. And with the amount of applications and stuff I've gotten since April, there's no way for me to make any rhyme or reason of following up. Like there's truly not. I don't even touch my applications anymore because there's over 40,000 applications in that inbox. And I'm like, nope. So if they don't message me on Instagram, if they don't message me on my phone number, because it's all listed there for them to message me, if they don't reach out, I'm kind of like maybe I'll go back through it when it slows down for me. But it literally, I have not had a slow month since I started doing TikTok and Reels. To be honest, I have not had a single slow month. April was the lowest amount of distributors I've ever signed this year. Well, since April, and I signed 9 in the last 3 days of the month. And that was when I decided, I'm like, okay, enough feeling sorry for myself. Yes, I'm in the hospital. I don't care. I signed 9 distributors. And then April, what's after April? May. Okay. May, I signed 23. June, no, opposite. I don't know. I've signed a lot. One month I signed 33. The other month I signed 28 and 123 and 111 and then 16, 17, 18 last month. I don't know. And there's a few this month already. But that's a really, really cool thing, y'all, is we need to be teaching our newbies to like most of the time make non-business related TikToks or reels, especially when they're first starting out. Do you know how simple it is to grow their network? But another thing to account for is on Instagram, especially if you're not public, those reels aren't going anywhere. They're just going to your followers. And it's good to have those as followers. I mean, as water for your followers, like watering your little seeds, right? But if we have it public, and I'm not sure if you can make one reel public. That's a good question. I will look this up and I will let y'all know. I don't know if you can just make one reel public or if your whole account has to be public. Can you make one reel public?
Has to be your whole
No.
account.
Okay, yeah. So that's kind of like you have to consider the ands, ifs, or buts, or you can always try it and then put your account back on private. But if you're making these bomb reels, I will use one of my girls as an example. She's not on here tonight. She's traveling. But Ashley Frankie, she's a diamond that I have on my team. And she's been making these amazing reels. For one, she's drop dead gorgeous. So it's not really hard for her at all. But she's making these great reels. And I'm like, why isn't she getting any views? Like, we're both trying to figure this out. And I'm like, dude, your account's private. Like, what are you doing? Sure enough, I kid you not, y'all. She posted the same reel again after changing her account to public, and it had over 16,000 views in 2 hours. The power of reels. And she gained like, I think 200 or so followers from that. And like, she's a great person to follow because hers are super simple. They're just motivational quotes. Like, don't overthink it. Find a cute, relaxing song. Video yourself kind of sort of dancing. We all know I can't dance. I just go like this a lot. And I try to do the dances and it's horrible and people like to make fun of that. But then again, you have content. Let's go. But anyways, you can just like bebop to the song and put a motivational quote on top of it. Video yourself pouring coffee into a cup and use that for skinny brew. I cannot tell you how many texts I've gotten just using coffee. Do you know how big coffee aesthetic is? Everyone and their dog wants to see a beautiful picture of coffee, and it doesn't have to be like beautiful, beautiful. This is what I mean by beautiful, okay? Buy this. It's like 25 cents at Hobby Lobby. You can get back 4. Maybe more than 25 cents, but you get the picture. It is cheap and it's affordable. And technically, I think it is a tax write-off for your business, but you don't need to write off a cup. Just pour your coffee into this little cup. Do it with your kids running around in the background. Make fun of it. Like one of mine that took off on Instagram was, let me see, I think it was like 3 weeks ago because I've been drinking a lot of coffee past 6 p.m. It's fine. It's what it is right now. But I sat on my kitchen floor with my little cup here and I poured my coffee into my cup with Jonathan running in circles, screaming her head off. That thing got over 25,000 views and I signed up 4 customers off of it. And all I put, oh, you know you're a mom when it's past 6 p.m. and this is what's going in your cup. That's all I put on the video. But the caption said, thankful that this coffee allows me to focus, increase my mood, and burn fat. It said, I have 4 coupons available. Message me coffee for the discount. That's all it said. And it didn't get a lot of views, but 4 customers is 4 customers from a 5-second video. Like, hello. And I know that was a lot of tangents, but that's really how you have to look at TikTok and Instagram. I don't really look at it as a way to be like, okay, I'm signing this. I used to have like goals on how many I would sign just from one TikTok. But that's not attainable every day. We don't know if TikTok's gonna be like, oh no, I'm gonna block you for today, or Reels, I'm gonna like put you over here for today. And then in 2 weeks from now, you're gonna get over 1.4 million views on a TikTok, right? So we never know about that. But as long as you're being consistent and uploading that content, it will pay off. I can guarantee you, if you upload 3 TikToks a day, but you also have to take into consideration, let me throw this in there. If like I don't have a ring light anymore, I used to, and it was really great during the winter last year when I was making like all my pregnancy question ones when the cat got out of the bag with him. But honestly, go stand in front of a window. There you go. Lighting issue solved. And it's really not hard to like make sure, just clean your, this is all I use to do my TikToks and my reels and all my content. I do not have a camera. I don't have a special, anything like that. I literally have my phone. That's it. That's all I use. I use some cheap presets off of Etsy for my Instagram content. There you go. But you can literally make your videos look so good. TikTok has the best filters. They have beauty mode, which just kind of smooths out your skin. And I always either film on normal or original, and then I'll swipe again when I'm done filming to put that original filter back on it. And so sometimes it doubles the filter. and it brightens you, it makes your image crisper. Like, yo, it's not that hard. You can look like this and like, this is a good day, okay? This is a very, very good day. But most of the time, I do not look like this. I was blessed with a shower today. Most of the time, right now in my life, my season of life, I don't get that. But I'm out there anyway. I'm on medications right now that make my skin look, I don't even know what's going on, but I still just do it. My dad just died 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks ago. And that was the crap. Like, y'all, that is a whole lot of baggage to unpack right there. But do you know how many people on TikTok have been following me enough to start messaging me? And they're like, hey, are you good? You didn't post. Hey, are you good? And then I make a post explaining what had happened. And it blows up because people are like, oh, they've like, it's just the same as Instagram. At first, I was like, okay, it's not super personal on TikTok. But really, when you start showing your family and your life and your struggles and your wins, people are going to be there to support you and they want to cheer for you when you're winning, but they also want to be there when you're not winning. And to me, that was just like the biggest light bulb. Like, okay, I've been looking at TikTok like an impersonal Instagram, but honestly, TikTok, like, they can be just as close to you on TikTok as Instagram, especially when they start following you over on Instagram. That's what I use my TikTok for. That is my main thing with TikTok. Get them over to Instagram. Instagram just allows you to do more in terms of sharing your story, sharing your content, sharing your family. Like, my page might look cute, but y'all, I do not show up cute in my stories. Okay. I show up when I've rolled out of bed. I show up at 2 a.m. when I'm up with him or up with John Lynn most of the time. And it just creates a community when you show who you truly are and be your authentic self versus trying to pretend to be someone you're not. Like, when I first restarted this business, I was like, okay, like, this is a horrible example, but Brittany's like always on point. She's got her hair done, she's got her lashes done. Like, I'm like, I have to be like that in order to be successful. And that is probably the biggest lie that I've ever told myself. Like, yes, I borrowed Brittany's belief in me to go really fast, but I had to find who I actually was as a mom, as a wife, as a human, as a friend, as a leader before I went anywhere. And I don't know why I'm going on this tangent, but I feel like I need to say it. It doesn't matter if your hair is done. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like you have anything to bring to the table, because God already put you on this team, on this Zoom for a reason. Okay. He put you on this team for a reason. He put you in this company. He put you in this season for a reason. And you're not going to be authentically true to yourself if you're not loving your life. Why are we doing it? Like, if you don't enjoy this, and I'm not saying you have to feel like, oh yes, I get to message 25 people today for host to post every day, because you're not gonna. I can straight up tell you you're not gonna. I did not feel that way today, but I still got it done. Okay. You're not gonna feel that way all the time. And the same is true for TikToks, for Reels, for anything. You're not gonna feel like doing it all the time. You're not gonna have great ideas all the time. But it's literally a copying game. That's all TikTok and Instagram is. Copy the right cat and you will be successful. That's all it is. I don't know why I went off on that tangent, but I felt like I had to say it because we need to be ourselves, okay? Like, it is so much pressure to be perfect in this world, even though, especially on social media, you know? And I think people really resonate with, oh, yes, this person's real. Like, they're just themselves. And I'm not saying, like, if you feel beautiful and that's how you are put together all the time, be that. I'm not saying to like change it and be like Slumdog Shady, you know? But like, if you're like me and you're like in a sweatshirt, you know, because nursing and like your hair is a mess because 202, such is life. It's okay. People are gonna relate to that and they're gonna love you regardless. So okay, that was very long-winded, but I'm done now.
No, I love it so much, Mikaela. I think you just made a really good point that it's so important to honor the season of life that you're in and own it and not be ashamed of it. Like, guys, I have 5 kids, but I am finally at a season of life where my life is not crazy like Mikaela's life was. But that was my life for a decade. Like, I had boom, 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 baby after baby after baby, nursed them all till they were 2. And my life today doesn't look like that because now I've got a middle schooler and my youngest child is 3.5. And my middle schooler basically is like her second mom. They share a room and like she'd rather have her than me half the time. Like if she gets in trouble with me and she's mad at me, she's like, I'm going to Cena. And I'm like, okay, you go to Cena. And so now my life looks so much different where I can spend more time on myself. And I think Mikaela just made a great point of like, wherever you find yourself right now, you got to own this season of life. You got to show up in this season of life and you don't be ashamed of it. Don't let that hold you back. back, like whatever season of life you're in, go for it. If you are someone, I'm going to use Ashley Frankie as an example because I know Mikaela just shouted her out. Like every time I ever see stuff of Ashley Frankie, she's like literally picture perfect. And like, I don't think I've ever seen her not look that way, and that's great. Like that's what she does. She wakes up every day and she feels good doing that. But then there's other people on the team that they roll out of bed and put their favorite running clothes on and they don't even run. And I'm saying that like totally, I'm with you. I don't run either. If I have any running clothes, they're just for cute looks because I don't run. But some people, that's their thing, is like put on their workout clothes and they're not even going to go work out. They're just going to, mom it all day. And that's their brand. And, Mikaela shared her brand having 202 and she's totally owning like hot mess mom mode. Like there's no shame in that. She's like, this is who I am right now. Like take it or leave it. And you know what? People freaking love it. Like they're following her and are like, oh my gosh, you're so funny. You're so real. Like I want to be your friend. And so the moral of that story is whatever stage you're in, you got to own it, show up your best self as you are right now. And maybe that looks different in a year. Maybe it looks different in 3 years, but right now, however it is, like that's what you're going to do. And people are going to love you because you're you. They're going to love you because you're not pretending to be someone you're not, but because you're being you, however that looks. And we're both living proof that that's going to look different in different days, and it's going to work for you if you're just being true to yourself. That's all that's all that it is. You don't have to overthink it. So thank you, Mikaela, for going on that rant, as you called it, because I think that honestly, when people do hold themselves back from just getting started with video content, whether it's reels, TikTok, stories, live stories, whatever, a lot of times it is because of that, because they don't feel like they're good enough or they don't feel like they're put together enough. And that should never be what holds you back. I love, Mikaela, that you just shared practical things too on like good lighting and swiping the beauty mode and things like that. One other thing that I want to say, because I forgot to say this when I was talking, is utilize, and Mikaela, I'm pretty sure TikTok has this too. TikTok has drafts as well, right? Okay, good. Yeah, TikTok has drafts too. So on Reels, I use the drafts feature a lot. If I have like several good ideas coming at once and I like record one and I post it, and then I'm like, I'm on a roll. Like I've got like 3 other good ideas, why don't I just, like, the kids are occupied, they're all riding their bikes, I have a few seconds, like, and there's another example. They don't have to be like Mikaela's doing hers with her kids running around. Whatever your brand is, whatever your theme is, you do it. But like, if you have a moment where you're like, I've got ideas, I'm going to knock them out, then go ahead and make some drafts, because then what you can do is, if the next couple of days are crazy, if you've got a doctor's appointment or your baby's sick, or you still work a full-time job and work is crazy, whatever it is, like you've got some content you can just push out. So you can see, let me make sure my exposure is lowered, but you can see like I already have one in draft mode to post tomorrow. So I made this one today at the hair salon. And I actually just did that to be nice to help the salon. I manage the salon's Instagram, and so I do stuff for them separately. But every now and then I'll shout them out on my own Instagram too, because I love them and they're super catering to me, always get me in if I need to get in a random appointment and stuff. And so I had seen like I heard the sound, and it was a little bit different what I saw the person do with it. They did something like with makeup, but you can go listen to it later if you're curious what I'm saying. But and this is another good example of like just hearing a trending sound and getting your own idea. So I had seen this or heard it, saw what someone else did. I was like, oh, I could totally do that with hair next time I'm getting my hair done. And that'd be something nice I could do. Just shout out the salon, but it would also mix up my content. People love beauty stuff, whatever. So I already had saved the sound. And then when I was at the salon today, I told my hairstylist, like when she cut my hair and everything and it was straight before she curled it, I was like, hold on, let me do like a quick recording. So I recorded the first part straight. And then when she was done curling, I recorded the second part and posted. But I had more ideas fresh on my head that had nothing to do with salon and beauty, just like more inspirational stuff. And so when I got home, I just immediately went into my room where it was quiet and I just started recording, and I saved it as a draft. And so now you can see like I've got that ready to post tomorrow. So that's just an example of like, don't just stop at one. If you have an idea, if you have more ideas after the one, like keep recording. I've recorded like, I think as many as like 3 drafts before and I'm sure Mikaela's probably done more than that because she's a beast, but I've posted one before and then immediately had like 3 other ideas, recorded them all in different areas. Like I did one by my, one outside, one by my pool, whatever, one in my room. So it kind of looked like I wasn't in the same place all the time. Saved them as drafts. And then it really came, you just said at one time I had 85. I knew the second I said 3, I was like, this is going to sound so lame when I hear her number. You would have 85. You're a freaking boss. See, you can have 85 drafts at once, you guys. And that's so much content. You'll have no excuse on a hard day. You'll just push out the content you've already recorded. But anyways, what was I saying? I don't even remember. Just it comes in handy. Like if you have some stuff recorded, like you have no excuse if you do have a crazy couple of days because you already recorded some stuff ahead of time and you can still push stuff out. And if you're wired anything like me, and I think Mikaela's like this too, like I will be hard on myself if I have a few days and I don't do anything. So if I have some stuff already planned, if I can at least push some stuff out like that, even if it's maybe not a business one, but it's some lifestyle stuff, I feel better because I'm like, okay, at least I'm doing something or putting something in my story or whatever. And then when I get back to my creative mode, as far as like a business idea, I'll record that in a few days and put that out. And so, just set yourself up for success is the name of that game. The ending of that message essentially is if you have ideas and your energy's good and it's flowing, just go ahead and hammer out a few and save them as drafts. But yeah, on that note, I did not see any other questions. I was checking the chat. I think we answered all the questions. Oh, Mikaela's got to go feed her baby. Yeah, we can wrap up. I think we got everything covered. If you guys do think of any last minute questions, you can ask in the chat or you can ask in the comments in Fire Tribe of the Zoom post for tonight, and we'll answer them as we can later there. I'll upload this recording. Please share it with your teams. I'd love to see all of you guys get a reel out this week. And you encourage your teams to do the same, especially those on your team who have been scared to do it. Share this video and just say, hey, I'm going to get a reel up tomorrow. Will you get one up with me? And make sure to just encourage them, show them lots of love on their reel. If you make your first time reel and you want to send it to me, I'd love to go over there and show you some love too. And yeah, can't wait to see the creativity flowing from our team from this. I know that reels are just so huge. TikTok is so huge. And I hope you got value from tonight's Zoom and have some practical tips you can go apply. But on that note, good night, guys. We love you guys so much.